Hello, you level grinding cats and dolls out there in YouTube land. I'm the AntiHeroDrink, and as always, stay beautiful, you level grinding cats and dolls of YouTube land. So, I was looking at a forum today talking about jrpgs and saying that they're gone, that Sony PlayStation in 2015 is most likely going to go knock them out mid-cycle and just only go with the action RPG formula. And, you know, again, people are arguing, no, JRPGs aren't dead, JRPGs are dead, and I'm just going to weigh in with my opinion. So bear with me. I don't believe JRPGs are dead, and my simple reason is I just believe that the nature of the beast of RPG video games coming out of Japan has changed to go meet the consumer, us, the gamer. And let me explain why. First of all, a little disclaimer, I don't believe a JRPG is a game that comes out of Japan. Proof is that I think there are a lot of games that which I consider JRPGs that still come out of the West, are games like what BioWare does with the Mass Effect series, with the Dragon Age series, and I usually know how to harper on what is and what isn't a JRPG, but I will say with a lot of the key aspects that I attribute to Japanese RPGs, I've also found in games like BioShock. And of course The Witcher, Deus Ex, and I can go on, but I'm not going to try to. Also, I don't believe a JRPG is a turn-based role-playing game, and I know a lot of people harper on that being the backbone of JRPGs. I don't believe that because, like I said before, I believe the nature of the beast will change, and it's going to constantly change to go meet the consumer, which is us gamers. So this leads me to what I do believe is a JRPG. I believe a JRPG, honestly, is a great RPG with a great involved story, great character arcs, and overall world involvement and storytelling. These are things that I contribute to JRPGs so much is because they do have a dedication to substance and story. Be it the world, be it the characters, be it the situations, they really want to go wrap you in the lore of this world and involve you in the story and the overall plot, so you actually give a fuck about these characters and actually want to play the game from beginning to actual end. And in a lot of aspects, I can understand why some people don't like JRPGs, because again, with this commitment to story, world, and lore, there are some over-the-top, really cheesy stories that they try to go make genuine and honest, and you're just like, no, it's too funny to believe. That being said, however, that's what I do believe a JRPG is, and just basis on a Western RPG, I would just give my same definition that I always give, that a Western RPG is more about you as the player. When you play a Western style RPG, it's all about you. It's your story, it's your decisions, it's your actions, it's you in this big sandbox of the world, and you make the lore, you make the story, you make yourself become legend. So from that point forward, everything I want to go talk about is why JRPGs have changed. And it does have to do a lot with combat. And this is where I think a lot of people get harper on the fact that they're dead and they're not selling because nobody wants to go do turn-based combat anymore. JRPGs have lost their strategy element, which I feel are both inaccurate descriptions of what JRPGs are evolving to. There are a lot of Japanese RPGs or JRPGs, however you want to go about calling them, that still have that strategy element, and I understand why gamers feel that that's a strong component to JRPGs. Because when it first came out, that was one of the things that really set it apart, was the strategy component, the back and forth, the getting in your opponent's mind, learning their tricks and learning how to go beat them as fast as possible, as efficient as possible. I mean, JRPGs back in the 90s when I started playing them, they were a poor man's version of chess, but they were really fun. So to go say JRPGs right now don't have that strategy component feels like a lie to me, because they still do. It's just changed up with actual real-time combat. You still have a party, you still have X amount of party members to use and utilize, team up attacks, and so forth and so on. So I still believe and I can still see the strategy aspect of it. And then another thing, as I said at the beginning, a lot of people harper on, is that the backbones of JRPGs were their turn-based combat. And why is that gone? I just feel like developers notice that there's an itch or a need in gamers to have this back and forth combat in JRPGs or in games in general, that they need this steady pace of action. This might not be true for all gamers. I still love me some Nippon Ichi. I love me some Generations of Chaos. Big thumbs up if you like Generations of Chaos. Definitely hit this video a like because it's a damn badass game. But when you think about games nowadays, like everybody's trying to go emulate the Call of Duty feeling or this and this. I don't think that Japanese developers or developers that are making JRPGs are trying to go emulate the Call of Duty feeling per se, but they want to go emulate the emotional ride that Call of Duty can go deliver to players in a JRPG form. And this is where combat, in the sense of its gameplay, actually gets mixed up and they try to go do new things with it. This is why you're seeing more of a trend of Japanese RPG video games actually lend themselves to the fact that they want more action in their combat, because that'll go get players psyched up and riled up and ready to fight and be more interested and more invested in their game, which will mean those players will have more of a reason or a stake to play beginning to end. Personally, that's my feelings on it. So it's just that I don't see JRPGs dead, but I do see JRPGs evolving, and I just see the next evolution of JRPGs, more of them just taking on an action persona in the sense of gameplay. Anyway, that's my thoughts and my opinions on the subject of JRPGs. If you like what I said, please hit a thumbs up, comment below. I love hearing from you, and definitely like this video, share it with your friends, because I'm trying to go build an army and get my voice heard bigger and better on YouTube, and I would really appreciate if you could do that. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, stay beautiful, you level grinding cats and dolls of YouTube land. Later.